My talk, I think it's going to be a little bit more general, but like the things I'm going to be talking about will apply to oncology and cancer care as well. So I feel like we're entering this era where like we're finally going to be able to realize like the potential of artificial intelligence and like healthcare. And so like I mean, you look at like health systems worldwide and like how much people are in some ways like struggling to get access to care. There's like huge challenges with things like accessibility, like affordability, and also like quality and consistency of care. And that's true not just for health systems or like healthcare delivery in like the global south and like parts of Africa and India and so on and so forth. But it's also true in like Western countries as well. And so health systems worldwide are really like burdened, and physicians and patients all need help. And so I feel a lot of people have been having these dreams of like building up like machine learning and AI systems that can really help with clinical diagnostics and in care delivery and things like that. But unfortunately, like for a long period of time, the technology and the AI needed for such a vision to manifest was just not ready, right? And but I'm very, very happy to say that like where we are right now, it feels like it's a very pivotal moment. And especially when you look at like all the advances with like large language models and transformers in the last several years, it feels like we all have like access to like general purpose intelligent substrates. So these models are like a very smart friend of yours, like models like ChatGPT and Gemini and things like that. And so you can talk to these models about like poetry and physics and philosophy and things like that. But again, like when you want medical advice, you don't go to a smart friend of yours, right? I hope you always go to a doctor. So similarly, if you are to be using AI models in healthcare, it should be no different. We should be using specialized models. We should be models that have been trained on, like, number one, like high quality medical data. Number two, that have been rigorously verified and validated. And number three, they've been aligned to like the values of the practice of medicine. And so in many ways, it's like sending these AI models to medical school. And that's what like myself and a lot of us in our team at Google, we've been doing over the last several years. But especially this work has gotten accelerated with all the advancements that has happened in transformers and in large language models over the last few years. And so we're at this stage where the idea of like world-class medical expertise right in the pocket of like billions of people worldwide, that no longer feels like science fiction. I think that future is inevitable, and that is going to transform all aspects of care delivery, and that includes cancer care. So imagine being able to do having like an always-on support for you as you're going through your different stages of like cancer therapy, being able to answer your questions about medication and treatment, an expert, but who's also like very compassionate, who's very empathic, and who's like very, very patient. Having access to that kind of a system, like constantly guiding you through your care journey as maybe a cancer patient, or say if you're like a care provider, you might have like similar questions. Like again, having access to that advocate or that angel that sits on top of you as you're providing care. So those sort of like support agents we can already see and envision and imagine these systems playing the role of. And then again, like assisting our care providers, our clinicians and doctors in helping them help their patients. Like for example, pulling up the right kind of information from like the EHR, being able to interpret like different kinds of diagnostic tests, like imaging data, or various other things that are coming online right now. So imagine like buddies for your clinicians and doctors. So I think AI is going to play that role increasingly as well. And then fundamentally, like just going down to the science of things, like being able to help like understand the biology of cancer, like different forms, how they manifest better. Being able to like look at like measurements of data that's coming from like the lower levels of biology, like single cell data, like tissue data, molecular data, and like combine that with like observations at the clinical level, at the population level, and driving insights about like biomarkers, therapies, helping like design new ways to combat these diseases. So I think it's going to lead to a future where we can really help our doctors and clinicians like scale personalized insights to like personalized medicine in cancer to like billions of people worldwide. And so that's kind of like the future that we are leading towards. And hopefully with enough advancements, we'll understand cancer better with the help of AI, that maybe in like 20 years time, hopefully this is no longer a big burden or issue to society. So that's hopefully the future that we're going towards.